guys, and welcome back to this week's episode of Life Unfiltered podcast with your host, Lauren Lewis.
And Hermana Alfabati.
Today we have super exciting guests. We are talking about a super inspiring project that started right here at our own high school in our own school district. Please welcome our guests, Adhithi, Kumaran, and Chitra Ray.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
We are so excited to have you on. To get started, do you guys want to tell us a bit more about what you do?
Yeah, so a little bit about me is that I'm a powerlifter. I actually was one of the first people of my ethnicity to go to states in Michigan, and I won 6th in JV states. So that's a little bit about me. Chitra, do you want to tell?
I am a pretty involved person at my temple. Usually I hear from a lot of people that they've seen me on their For You page for reels. And in general, I like making people laugh. I'm pretty good at cooking and baking, and that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. So now that we know a bit about you, we want to talk about why you are here today, about your club, the club that you started at our high school, Troy, Athens. Tell us about the club. Tell us about why you're here, what your club does, and what you guys stand for.
Okay, so our club is called Empower Her Trust. We are a club in which help underprivileged women have the ability to afford period products. We partnered with the main organization called Period, and we last month we just did our huge period drive, and we're probably gonna donate the things that we package at Christmas time, so people will have them for Christmas.
That's so amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. It's so great. What kind of sparked the idea or first made you start thinking about period poverty?
So for period poverty, actually Adhithi can talk about this, but we were talking about how people in India and in poor places sometimes they don't have access to that, and to be honest, period products are a basic human necessity. Honestly, if it was something like we talk about toilet paper, we have access to that everywhere. It's not like you have to pay 30 cents to use 2 strips of toilet paper. So the same thing should be applicable to period products, because everyone undergoes that time of the month, and it should be something that everyone has access to. It's a basic health right.
Wow, that's amazing.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now I kind of want to
Do a deep dive
dive deeper into kind of this topic, because you bring up how it's important that it's accessible, and we're young and we're in high school. So when did you, I guess, did something happen in your life, or did something you noticed kind of in the world made you realize how pertinent of an issue this was?
As far as that goes, I know I was talking to one of my friends, and she's from Africa, and she was saying that she was talking to a mother of 4, and that woman was like, hey, she said that she doesn't have access to any period products, and due to that, she just free bleeds, doesn't have access to anything. And so, I don't think that's fair. I think everyone should have access to something so crucial and so important.
I agree. Well, thank you for sharing.
That's so amazing. I mean, this is all so amazing. The ideas are great, but starting something in high school, especially this big, is quite intimidating. What kind of challenges have you guys faced so far, and what kind of challenges do you guys, are you guys kind of worried about, or anything that might be coming up?
Okay, so I think one of the biggest challenges is that we 100% wanted to start a club so that we can share, especially with the people around Athens, but finding a club advisor or finding people who would help us, I think that was a really big role and a challenge for us. And plus trying to collaborate with other nonprofit organizations who has the ability to donate these period products was a pretty big challenge as well.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you just hit a milestone, actually. You packed over 600 products in 85 bags for your clubs. Now, how did you feel doing that? How did you feel reaching that goal and being able to do that and being able to share that with the people of Troy? How did you feel?
I think I personally felt amazing. I was like, oh my God, this is actually happening. And I think it was a really good idea, and it helped our club become real. Chitra, do you have anything to comment on that?
I think that made me realize we've reached a milestone, but that also made me realize that if we can reach this, we can reach more. And so now it's on to the next milestone.
That's beautiful. And I love this because, I mean, I can speak for Athens. I can't really speak for Troy High, but I think throughout all of Troy high schools, we have a very strong culture of, clubs and like after school activities and things like that. And like the fact that so many of these students and kids are, we're just so prepared to come together, and to kind of assemble to do all of these amazing things and to kind of give back in that way. I think it's really, really beautiful. That's great.
That is really, really amazing. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you guys that, like, how did you guys even get beyond, just like talking about it and kind of actually getting into action and, getting there?
Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, so in our nonprofit organization, which is a national organization, it has meetings you can do that collaborates with people in like France or Italy or different parts of the U.S., and they share their ideas on how they raise period products and their experiences. So I think that just is one of like a really big deal and like helped me figure out how do I even start a period drive?
Yeah.
How do I like budget? And I think they really helped us with that.
Oh, wow. That's really, really amazing.
That's amazing. I love it. Now, after you organize something this big, kind of how do you like manage it after? So where did all of the products end up going? And then what kind of response did you get, from kind of the people that you ended up giving these products to?
Yeah, so we actually collaborated, or we talked to another nonprofit that helps us donate these period products. It's like a drop-off location in Detroit. The other nonprofit is called I Support Girls, and I had to verify if they're real.
Yeah.
Because some nonprofits, they say they do this, but they really don't. And I found out they have collaborated and gave out period products for over, I think, 37 million products like that. So I was like, okay, this is real. So I sent them an email, and I was like, is there a possibility we can donate period products and like what you are low on? And they said absolutely.
Oh my goodness, that's so
beautiful.
amazing.
That's
And
great.
so as far as donating, we haven't donated anything yet, just because we want to donate around Christmas time, and before that we're planning to have like another period drive where we will fundraise and like save up some money, buy some products, pack them as another meeting. And so for that, if anyone's interested, you know where to find us.
Can you actually tell us a bit more about the members in your club? How do people get involved with you guys?
So getting involved is pretty easy. Just there's flyers around the hallways, and you can join the group me. You can message me. I'm not going to say my number on public,
Is there an
You can DM them.
Is
What's
there
your
an
Instagram?
Shout out the Instagram handle.
Empower her trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone can just message you and they're all in? That's amazing. Oh my gosh. So you guys are partnered with Period, the national organization. How did you come to the connection with them, and what kind of brought you guys to kind of conversate together?
So can I take this one? So actually I remember this pretty vividly. Me and Adhithi were sitting in lunch, and as all sea lunch kids do, we were like, no, we weren't doing anything crazy. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna snitch on myself. But we were talking about it, and we were trying to think about how we can get more involved in our community, and we were looking for problems through that. How can we see solutions? And so we were talking about it, and we thought about let's start a club, because why not? And so it came down to Adhithi and I. We talked about it, and Sorry, what was the question? I'm so sorry, I blanked out.
So the question is, how did you guys get in contact with the organization, and what kind of brought the club?
So
mission?
we were looking at like how can we like work towards this, and we were looking to partner with something else.
Yeah.
That way, like we're not starting on our own, and it's not like a whole like hassle to like move into stuff. And so at that time, we were like kind of googling like, okay, what can we look into? Where can we find stuff? And so then I think Adhithi found it, and she started filling out the forms. And it initially took a pretty long time, I can't lie.
Yeah,
like, it was a delayed response, and it was, like, a little bit of back and forth. And then when we did find out, we realized that Period is a really good organization because they've already done so much. And getting their, like, good reputation and moving forward with that, we could really, like, benefit a lot and help a lot of people, in fact.
Yeah, I would also say that joining Period as a national organization isn't easy. You have to attend a lot of chapter meetings, and they even do interviews on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
So it was just like, oh my God, this is the nonprofit organization that we need to collab with.
That's so amazing.
Now, dealing with as big, of an effort as this is, how do you balance it all? How do you balance school and friends and clubs, and grades and like everything while still, trying to make sure that you make an impact with your club?
You want me to start? Okay, so it's not an easy task, but I will say that if you are passionate about something, you should probably do it. But
also, I just have to add that Adhithi's a very like on task type of person. If you've ever seen her, she already has her homework done like for like 3 days in advance. So like, she's like very on top of things. I happen to be a little bit not so on top of things, and I think one thing that really helps at Troy, we have this beautiful community of people, and so having friends like her, or like having all of my friends, they're like practically the opposite of me. I'm very like at my own pace. I'll get it done, I'll do it at home, but no, I'll do it at school, do it right now,
right now, yeah.
So having friends like that, that really helps you achieve so much more than you could really think about achieving.
I also tried to set aside like at least a week to figure out, okay, so how can we make this club even better from what it already is today?
I love that.
gosh.
I love
So
that.
amazing.
And I think that like just kind of this topic of like the balance is so important because, school is starting to really, start, and now we're kind of in the thick of everything, and, sports are starting and tests are starting to come up. And I think that, for like every student everywhere, things get busy. So I think it's so important the fact that, you guys are kind of sharing the message that, you can do both, that you can,
Definitely.
be in school and have good grades, and also you can start something important, and you can.
I think it's really important to have friends who keep us grounded. I've always been taught from a very young age that like who you associate with is kind of like who, like 5 people.
You are who you hang around.
Yes,
of course.
And so I feel so
course.
grateful to be in such a community where I can have like beautiful friends who inspire me to do better,
I love it.
and to push forward, try more, set the next goals, keep moving forward.
Yeah. That's so amazing.
I love it.
I mean, there's a lot of challenges that come with leadership, and there's a lot
100%.
of moments that make you feel like these were worth it. What was that one moment for you guys that made you feel like, wow, I really made it, like we're actually making a difference and we're moving forward?
Honestly, it was like the Period drive, buying the Period products. I think we had over like 300 pads that we packed into the brown bags. I was like, oh my God.
That's so
You could do so much with even $100.
Yeah.
I think also like for me especially, like when we first started, we couldn't find any club advisors. No one was ready to like, because it's the first year you start at Troy Athens, you have to, it's an unpaid year, right? And so nobody wanted to take that, like, it's like a pretty like, it's a big time commitment to have a club as a teacher, so I understand that. And so I remember I was just going to literally every teacher's door and like being like, hey, so, just kind of like a little 2-minute speech, like, hey guys, do you guys want to do this? And I was like constant, I don't have enough time. And it was like, I completely gave up. And then it was like me and my friend, we went to like one last teacher and we were like, this is it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And so she was like, yeah, why not? And
do you want to give her a shout out?
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Lynch.
Miss Lynch. We love you, Miss Lynch.
We love Miss Lynch.
Amazing.
Miss
which is amazing.
So awesome. So like I feel like that was like a moment. It was like a big breakthrough because otherwise we couldn't have a club, and it was like a moment where we were like, oh my god. And it was especially like me talking to all these teachers, and it was just like
so stressful.
I know, and it's so embarrassing too, just like go up to someone and like
please
say,
give me a chance,
please. And so like I think that also teaches you so much, like how to like. I feel like that gives you so much experience. Like getting like rejected is also, you know, rejection therapy is like so popular these days, but like it was pretty like an awesome moment for me. I was like, I remember I called Adhithi and I was like, oh my god, Adhithi, we were on FaceTime. She's like, really?
I was like, this is actually happening.
Oh my goodness, that's so amazing. And it is a huge thing. I mean,
totally.
like getting an advisor finally.
Oh yeah, and now I know that, well, at least I have very, very high hopes for this club, and it seems like a lot of other people do too. This is great, and this is such a great effort. Now, but I mean, and for now, right, this is Athens thing, but if it could ever be maybe a Troy thing or even a Oakland County thing, what hopes would you have if you could have, I don't know, more funding, more support, more people, like to think about, I guess, yeah, like if you could turn this into anything you wanted, what would you add? What could you make of it?
I would like to turn it into like a huge thing. Get on news, tell people that period poverty is an actual thing. Because I feel like period poverty is such a niche topic in which not a lot of people actually think about.
Also, it's seen as taboo, like talking about it in public. Like if I say like people don't have access to period products, I automatically see people like side-eyeing me. But like I think people need to talk about it because the fact is the reason why like people aren't paying attention to this, and it is a problem because period, like everyone, any woman in your life has probably had a period, or maybe if they haven't, then that's also a serious issue that should be looked into, you know. And it's a basic necessity to have like something to take care of you, you know. If like you have toilet paper, why not pads, you know? Why not tampons?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge thing. I mean, you talking about how the toilet paper and comparing it to the pads, I think that's a big eye-opener for a lot of people. And you're so right about the taboo thing because, I mean, even like, for example, in middle school when, you know, most girls get their periods, it's like their parents are like, oh, don't tell anyone. Oh, hiding their pads to go to the bathroom, like 100%. Anything. So I think this is a very important topic to talk about. And it's amazing that you guys are even touching up on it and doing great. So you guys are obviously leaders, and if people want to do something similar to what you guys did and go out and help and be leaders, what kind of advice would you give them? And like, you know, the pros and cons.
Honestly, okay, so I'm a huge introvert. Honestly,
I'm not. We're like the exact opposite.
So, but I realized if I can find something that I'm really, really passionate about, I would like go to the ends of the world or like tell people that, oh, so you need to figure out and you need to know that this topic is a huge problem. So I would say, honestly, if you're thinking about doing something like this, go for it.
Find your passions, you know.
Amazing.
And I think also I think it's important to keep in mind that, you know, the first person you're going to say something to, or the first person, like, you're going to have to get used to rejection, okay? Like, when, like, I don't know, when Steve Jobs told someone, like, there must have been people who were like, that's crazy, you're on, what are you on about, buddy? But the fact is, like, when you get used to being rejected, when you, like, believe in yourself to some extent, when you know that what I'm doing has a purpose, you will find people who believe in you. And just keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about who can I find, who would be interested in what I have to share, who would be someone who would be looking into what I have to offer. And don't be afraid of rejection.
That's
Keep looking.
amazing. I love that. This kind of reminds me of the idea of, you know, if you're around the right group of people, you're not crazy. You're doing great things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have felt that way. Lauren, is there any time in life that you have felt that way, that you don't belong and then you found your group of people?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that in high school it sometimes is easy to feel that way because high school's so small. When you think about it, high school is like a petri dish, you know, and then like compared to like college and just like after college, you have the whole world, you know, and there's so many people to where you are always going to find your tribe, you know, and you're always going to kind of find the people in the crowd, you know, that you kind of you get along with. But yeah, and it's easy to feel that way in high school sometimes because, right, like it's a small group. It's a small group, and sometimes you can feel left out, or you can kind of feel like you don't belong, but always know that they're out there, your people are out there, and one easy way to find them is to be yourself. Okay, because you can't find people who really like what you like if you're busy doing other things. You're busy not doing what you really like. You have to be authentic to yourself. You have to be true to yourself, and you have to know that your people are always out there.
That is so true. Oh my gosh.
But thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Thank you for spending time to talk with us today, and we can't wait to see what is next for you and your club. And guys, that's going to do it for this episode today.
Before we end, can I just say that we have a meeting on October 22nd. Room 241 at
We
Miss.
have this episode out by then.
Oh.
I don't think we're gonna have that episode out by then.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys.
Next meeting coming
Next
soon,
meeting, guys. Keep an eye out for any time that they will be hosting a meeting. It'll be on their Instagram, so keep an eye out and go show up and support them.
Yes, and if you
See you
want
guys
more
there.
of Life Unfiltered, you can follow us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube, all at Life Unfiltered Pod. And we're your co-hosts. I'm Lauren Lewis.
And I'm Ramana Kavati. And don't forget to embrace the mess and live life unfiltered. Bye, guys.
Bye.